My left leg was amputated. During the car accident, I pushed Ethan away. He emerged unscathed, but my left leg was dragged beneath the wheels. Out of gratitude, he married me, now confined to a wheelchair. We had been married for over 10 years, companions walking life's path together. Though life had its occasional turbulence, I believed it was stable and content. Until my death from respiratory failure caused by chronic myelitis. He sat before my grave, murmuring. He said, "You lost a leg saving me, and I confined myself by your side for over a decade. Now you're gone, I am finally free. In this lifetime we are even. If there is another life, may we traverse mountains and rivers, never meeting again." After speaking, he burned our marriage certificate before the tombstone. 3 months later, he remarried with great fanfare, hosting a lavish banquet. The bride was Snow Lynn, his former first love. After exchanging rings, he held her tightly, voice choked. "All these years, you and our daughter suffered." When my eyes opened again, I was back on the day of the accident. Given a second chance, this time I chose to respect his wish.
Welcome to listen to my full sweet love series novel. I'm the blogger and I'm Twilight's novel. Now let's start the main story.
The glaring summer sun made my eyes ache. Heat rose from the pavement, a tangible sensation against my calves, unnervingly real. I instinctively looked down. Seeing my left leg whole and unharmed beneath my skirt, my emotions shattered. It had been far too long since I felt this solid ground beneath me. Beside me, a man typing rapidly on his phone looked up in surprise. Seeing my tears, he froze, asking anxiously, "What's wrong? Why are you crying?" I slowly raised my tear-filled eyes, gazing through the watery haze at the man before me. Nathan at 22 was strikingly handsome. Vibrant and full of vigor, his brows relaxed, eyes clear and bright, not yet shadowed by the weariness and gloom of later years. I had nearly forgotten. Before our marriage, he radiated such youthful brilliance. Nathan noticed my scrutiny, his fine brows furrowing slightly. That subtle shift made my heart clench. In my previous life, this was the look he gave me when dismissing my concerns as irrational. I felt despair and self-reproach. He wiped my tears, sighing, "Are you still upset about the fight that landed me in detention? I've explained countless times. That scumbag tried to assault Snow. I lost my temper and hit him with a bottle. Anyone would." I stepped back, avoiding his touch, cutting him off calmly. "You don't need to explain. It never concerned me. Who you save is your choice." Nathan's expression blanked, his words trapped in his throat. After a long pause, his voice tight, frowning, he asked, "What do you mean by that?" I glanced down at my intact leg again, replying evenly, "Exactly what I said. Also, the compensation I paid for you just now, plus the medical fees I advanced for the injured party, totals 57,170 yuan. That money was from my part-time jobs to repay my student loans. Please return it promptly." In my previous life, learning Nathan was detained for brawling, I thought I misheard. The model student praised by teachers, the polite student council member. He rarely even argued. How could he brawl with street thugs, ending up in jail? Later, I paid the compensation, signed the paperwork, and brought him out. Seeing the man before me, I froze in shock. He was disheveled, face bruised, right sleeve torn, hands scarred. This image was utterly alien to the Nathan I knew for 3 years. Seeing me, he frantically explained. Snow and her friends were at a bar, harassed by a drunk thug. The guy pinned her on a sofa trying to assault her. Liam and I happened to be there. We couldn't just watch. I wondered why he was suddenly at a bar. But he was inherently decent. I didn't doubt him much. We were a couple, but respected each other's space. In that situation, helping any girl being assaulted was right. Besides, I knew Snow Lynn. She was Nathan and Liam's high school classmate. Now at our university, studying music performance in the art school. I didn't know her well, but found her graceful and likable. Though Nathan smashing a bottle over the man's head was extreme. Fortunately, the case was settled through mediation. Otherwise, Nathan would have faced prison. What puzzled me was the police report omitted the assault attempt, labeling it a simple fight. Years later, I accidentally learned the truth from Nathan's friends. 2 months before my death, Liam Lee, Nathan's close friend and our classmate, hosted a housewarming after moving into his villa. Nathan naturally brought me along. My condition was already poor then. Chronic myelitis caused relentless nerve pain. Coupled with PTSD, my nerves were constantly on edge. Easily agitated, I struggled socially. While others chatted animatedly, feeling out of place, I retreated to the back garden. Moonlight, thin as frost, dusted the blooming tulips. I sat quietly on a wicker chair near the flowers, fingers unconsciously stroking my prosthetic leg. As I stared blankly, counting sparse stars, a ground floor window opened. Warm yellow light spilled out. Men's laughter and a lighter's click reached me. Nathan, how do you tolerate Emily's aloofness? Can't she even smile? Her cold face all night made it seem like we slighted her. She wasn't like this in college. This was Liam Lee, tonight's host. Nathan murmured something, likely apologizing for me. Another male voice cut in. Nonsense. Many people have disabilities. Few are as self-centered as her. Not to mock you, but you're stuck. Emily looks 20 years older. I was shocked. Was abandoning Snow worth it for this woman? Someone added, yeah, Nathan's an idiot. He and Snow were our high school's golden couple. Even the dean turned a blind eye. Trading her for a cripple? Madness. Night wind carried wisps of smoke into my nostrils. Hidden in darkness, I watched the men by the window. His cigarette glowed, yet he stayed silent. Liam flicked ash, sighing suddenly. Enough. Remember, Snow betrayed Nathan first. She dated that rich senior right after university. Otherwise, Nathan wouldn't have found Emily, Snow's lookalike, as a substitute. Only to be stuck forever. He took a deep drag, stubbing out his cigarette. Also, if you fools hadn't pushed Snow to reconcile after her breakup, she wouldn't have gone to that bar with that thug after Nathan's rejection, sending photos to provoke him. Result? Nathan smashed the thug's skull, landed in jail. Emily saved him, hiring a lawyer friend for mediation, paying the compensation. Otherwise, prison was certain. Liam finished. A momentary silence fell. Finally, someone muttered, why dredge up the past? Even if she saved him, didn't marrying her repay that debt? Standing in darkness, my throat felt strangled. Internal collapse surged like a tsunami. So that was the truth? From their fragmented talk, I pieced it together. Snow and Nathan were each other's first love. The perfect couple, like protagonists from a youth novel. But at university, Snow met a senior with a Ferrari. The breakup left Nathan shattered, drowning in alcohol. He waited outside Snow's dorm for 3 days, receiving no explanation. Less than a year later, Snow's relationship ended. She began frequently contacting Nathan, seeking reconciliation. By then, Nathan and I were officially together. But she persisted. Daily, she'd buy breakfast, waiting outside his dorm. She'd slip scented love letters into his backpack via Liam. After a year of this, Nathan remained unmoved. Until her birthday. She booked a hotel, donning sexy lingerie, her gift to herself, a farewell to youth. She promised, just once, then she'd vanish. Nathan didn't show. A drunk Snow sent Nathan a video from a bar. On screen, a stranger's hand groped under her low neckline. Rushing to the bar, Nathan saw her pinned on a couch, skirt askew. Blinded by rage, he yanked Snow away, brawling with the man. Pinned, he grabbed a bottle, smashing it on the man's head. The rest I knew. That blow nearly ruined Nathan's future. The man refused to settle, demanding prison. I contacted a lawyer for my translation work, seeking help. I visited the injured man, begging humbly for settlement. After a week of tough negotiation, he relented, 50,000 yuan compensation plus full medical costs, accepting mediation. Nathan hid this from his parents. So, I advanced the money, my scholarships and translation earnings. The amputation-causing accident happened returning from the detention center. Nathan took a call, suddenly saying he needed something from the supermarket across the street, telling me to go ahead. As he crossed, a black car veered toward him. I reacted instinctively. My body moved faster than thought. I pushed him away. but my left leg was crushed beneath the wheels. Severe tissue necrosis necessitated amputation to save my life. After surgery, Nathan clutched my hand. Eyes red, kneeling by my bed, he vowed lifelong care. Later, I took medical leave, abandoning grad school plans. Daily, I lay stiffly in Nathan's rented room. My only outing was rehabilitation sessions with him. A year later, Nathan graduated. Instead of job hunting, he planned a media company with friends. He took my remaining 800,000 yuan accident compensation as startup capital. My rehab stopped abruptly. Years later, my doctor said completing all sessions might have prevented chronic myelitis. Later still, Nathan took me to meet his parents. Learning their son's fiancée was an amputee, their faces turned to stone. They didn't bother with politeness. Before relatives, they pointed at my nose, cursing. They called me shameless, a cripple, a burden dragging their son down. Their insults didn't faze me. What choice did I have? I lost a leg saving Nathan. The amputation gave me severe PTSD. Nights were spent in terror and despair. With my condition, Nathan was my best option. Why should I let go? I refused. I'd rather die clinging. But recovery was poor. Chronic myelitis ravaged me. Under 40, hair nearly white, face haggard. Nathan hired 2 nannies, depositing 200,000 yuan monthly into my account. He rarely came home early, staying in his study when he did. Always busy, always traveling. The night of Liam's housewarming, a PTSD episode caused tremors and breathing difficulty. I was rushed to the hospital. I demanded an explanation from Nathan. He avoided me. 2 months later, I died in the hospital from respiratory failure. Nathan never appeared. After death, my spirit lingered. I watched nurses cover me with a sheet, saw dawn break, saw Nathan arrive late, relief on his face. After the funeral, he sat by my grave, lighting a cigarette. He said, "Emily Sue, you lost a leg saving me, and I confined myself by your side for over a decade. Now you're dead, I'm finally free. In this lifetime we are even. If there is another life, may we traverse mountains and rivers, never meeting again." He burned our marriage certificate before the grave. I followed Nathan to a luxury villa. A woman in silk pajamas ran out barefoot. She flung herself into his arms. "Snow Lin." She hugged him, soothing softly, "Darling, don't grieve too much. With that woman gone, our family can finally be together." He nodded silently. That night, I saw their daughter, already in 9th grade. But we'd only been married 15 years. My stable marriage had been rotten all along. Perhaps the hatred in my eyes was too raw. Nathan softened, his voice coaxing. "All right, stop being angry. I'll return the money soon. Let me take you for dessert, your favorite." I recoiled from his outstretched hand. Nathan looked stunned, hand hovering awkwardly. His phone rang. Checking the ID, he glanced at me nervously. "Emily, wait a moment. I need to take this." Covering the receiver, he walked away. "Hello, Snow." His hushed voice carried on the wind. "Don't worry, it's handled. I'm out." Snow spoke. His ears flushed pink. He whispered, "What brand of tampons do you use?" "Okay. Stay in your dorm if it hurts. I'll bring tampons and painkillers soon." Hanging up, tenderness lingered on his face. Returning, he looked awkward. "Emily, something came up. Go back first? I'll bring dessert later." Seeing notifications flood his screen, I said flatly, "No need. I'm busy tonight." "Go ahead." He exhaled subtly, nodding. "All right. Be safe." In the slanting sunlight, I watched him hurry toward the crosswalk. Memories of my leg under the car, terror, despair, surged. I blurted, "Nathan." He turned, smiling. "Yes, Emily? Something else." I looked at this man who stayed by my side for nearly 20 years. Who vowed by my hospital bed to cherish me forever. Evening light bathed him in blood-red haze. The walk signal turned green. "Cross carefully," I said. "Don't get hit by a car." Nathan blinked, then grinned. "Don't worry. Your boyfriend's tough. I turned toward campus without another word. Seconds later. Screeching brakes, then a sickening thud behind me. Screams pierced the air. Help! Someone's hit. Call the police. I clenched my tote bag strap, nails digging into my palms. A crowd surged toward the intersection. My stomach heaved violently. Doubling over, I vomited convulsively. Stumbling back to the dorm, I met hesitant eyes. Emily. My roommate Sophia looked troubled. Drained, I dropped my bag and phone on the desk. Grabbing a water bottle, I gulped frantically. Cold liquid soothed my burning chest. What is it, Sophia? I asked. She pushed her phone toward me. This post went up 5 minutes ago. Is it our Nathan? The campus forum headline read, Finance major Nathan in serious accident near Cultural Plaza. The blurred photo showed a dark red bloodstain, horrifying. I stared silently. My phone buzzed on the desk. An unknown landline number. I tapped speakerphone. A woman's urgent voice. Emily Sue? City 2nd Hospital ER. Nathan is critically injured. Please come immediately, or notify his family. I frowned. Why call me? Shouldn't they contact the school or his family? I replied, sorry, we're just classmates. Contact his family directly. The voice paused. You're his only emergency contact. Could you reach his family? I don't have their details. Goodbye. I hung up decisively. 3 shocked faces stared back. Mouths agape, as if seeing me anew. Too weary to explain, I retreated to the bathroom. 4 days, classmates whispered in huddles, falling silent as I neared. Undoubtedly gossiping. I didn't care. Attending class, eating alone, studying in the library when free. Finally, before an early class, Liam blocked me in the hallway. Anger twisted his face. Emily, have you no heart? Nathan's hospitalized. His right leg is shattered. Doctors say he'll likely be disabled. Merely a limp? I'd lost an entire limb. I replied coolly. So? Liam's expression contorted. Our whole class visited. Even his rival, Zach Zoe, went. You? His girlfriend? Not one call? Are you heartless? I rolled my eyes. Maybe Zach visited to gloat? You. Liam sputtered, speechless. Meeting his gaze directly, I said, perhaps you should notify Snow Lynn, not me. Liam froze. The air thickened. The class bell rang. I pushed past him, entering the classroom without a backward glance. Liam's furious voice followed me. Emily, you're the coldest person I know. I smirked bitterly. Cold. Compared to you hypocrites? Hardly. Still, I visited Nathan. Opening the hospital door, a foul odor assaulted me. Nathan's right leg was thickly bandaged, stained yellow and brown. Revolting. Severe infection required anti-inflammatory treatment before surgery. He lay propped up, gaunt and pale after just a week. Like me, once. Seeing me, his eyes lit up. Emily, you came. His hoarse voice held relief. He tried to sit up eagerly. Pain shot through him. He winced. Then, his gaze dropped to my intact left leg. The light in his eyes flickered, died. I sat wordlessly beside his bed, placing my tote bag on my lap. Emily, why didn't you save me? Or, stop me? You could have. His quiet voice trembled. My chest tightened, bitterness flooding me. Nathan. Had he returned too? I stared coldly, offering no answer. He shifted uncomfortably, lips curling bitterly. It took you long enough to remember me, Emily. I need that money back before summer break, I stated flatly. Exams end soon. I'm traveling abroad, not working. Nathan looked bewildered, frowning. You came just to demand money? Emily, do you possess a heart? Did you ever truly love me? His question stunned me. Had I loved him? How else had I lost my leg? By choice? Liam's voice echoed. He saw you as Snow's substitute. His graveside words resurfaced. This scum deserved no love. I sneered. Nathan, did you think me a fool? He stiffened. Angrily, he retorted. When did I deceive you? Last life, I cared for your crippled self for 17 years. What more do you want? I laughed coldly. Cared for me? The first 2 years, yes. Mostly, I hopped around on crutches alone. After marriage, you hired one nanny and felt magnanimous. Honestly, how often did you truly care for me? Nathan flushed. Didn't I work? Travel? Earn money? Wasn't the 200,000 monthly for you? For us. Work? Travel. I mocked. Was fucking Snow Lynn in Bay Villa your work? Attending your daughter's parent-teacher conference your travel? Mentioning Snow and his daughter drained the color from his face. After a pause, he laughed strangely. He said, Emily, know what I felt seeing your stump during sex? Revulsion. Physical nausea. I needed pills to perform. To face you. If that's deception, then yes, I deceived you. Each word was a poisoned blade, twisting in my heart. I fought for composure, teeth chattering. Tears threatened to fall. But no. I wouldn't break before this trash. Standing, I slapped him with all my strength. Nathan, you bastard. Why didn't that car finish you? His head snapped sideways. Tongue probing his bleeding lip, throat working. I drew a shaky breath, forcing steadiness. Today, I don't want your past discussed. Nor will I recount saving you. That life is over. Leave it buried. I'm here for 2 things. We're done and pay me back. From now on, we're strangers. Permanently. Standing by his bed, arms crossed, I watched Nathan make humiliating calls for money. When 57,170 yuan hit my Alipay, I blocked him everywhere. Turning to leave. Nathan's icy voice followed. Emily, let's see how well you fare without me, relying solely on your scheming father and stepmother. If you come crawling back later, I may not take you. I paused. Images of those vile people surfaced. That woman was my mother's cousin. She cared for Mom during her terminal cervical cancer. Ended up in Dad's bed. After Mom's death, I became her thorn. Only her biological daughter mattered. She schemed to evict 14-year-old me. Dad ignored it. Urged by her, he tried forcing me to quit school and work. I refused. My stellar high school entrance exam scores earned me a tuition waiver. Selling Mom's gold bracelet and scholarships got me through high school. Nathan knew my wretched family. Knew my hatred for them. Now, he used them to provoke me. Rage exploded in my skull. Whirling around, I slapped him again, spitting in his face. Want me back? It's noon. Wake from your delusion. You and those beasts are cut from the same filthy cloth. Nathan's face contorted, veins bulging. He lunged from the bed at me. His injured leg betrayed him. He crashed to the floor. Emily! He roared my name. Venomous. I gave him one last scornful look and slammed the door. I severed all ties with Nathan. Yet news of him reached me through classmates. Severe post-surgery infection led to sepsis. An ICU month. His parents withdrew him from school. Snow Lynn, encouraging him, wore a white veil. Their hospital bed kiss photo flooded campus forums. Posts romanticized her unwavering love. I had no time for them. I prepped for the advanced interpretation exam, studied for grad school, reveled in running with healthy legs. Immersed in BBC News and TED Talks, I dreamed of simultaneous interpretation. Nathan blurred into insignificance. I saw him again before winter break, near New Year's. Grad school entrance exams had just ended. My taut nerves finally eased. Sipping hot cocoa by the artificial lake, I watched red-billed gulls wheel. Nearby, a fierce argument erupted. Nathan, why crawl back here looking like a ghost? You scared my friends. Snow's voice dripped disgust. I looked toward the bare kapok trees. 2 familiar figures. Nathan wore only a wrinkled flannel shirt in winter. Gaunt, hunched over crutches, pathetic. His eyes bloodshot, he sneered. Asterisk friends asterisk? Kissing constitutes friendship? Snow, I take a break, and you whore around. Phone unanswered. Messages ignored. Had I not come, I'd never know. Snow looked exasperated. My life isn't yours to police. Marry a cripple? My parents would disown me. You disdain me? Nathan trembled violently. He shouted, Remember why I'm like this? Buying your things got me hit. Call the police then. Snow's voice froze. Go. Arrest me. You jaywalked. The driver was unlucky. Stay away. Never contact me again. We're nothing. Snow turned and left. Nathan collapsed, crutches clattering, falling sideways. A smirk touched my lips as I watched the spectacle. Nathan struggled to rise. Lifting his head, his eyes locked onto mine. He froze, thunderstruck, rigid in the bitter wind. Monday's 8 a.m. class. Headphones on, steaming dumplings and soy milk in hand, I hurried in. Sitting down, my friend Sophia slid beside me. She nudged me conspiratorially. Puzzled, I removed my headphones. Sophia whispered, Emily heard? Snow Lynn's dating a sports academy freshman. Excitement bubbled in her voice. Yesterday, she booked a hotel with him. Nathan confronted them. A cripple versus an athlete? Back to the hospital he went. I paused unwrapping my breakfast. Sophia continued, police got involved. The athlete and Snow were detained. Utter madness. Well. She gripped my wrist, eyes wide. Feel vindicated? I smiled, nodding. Yes. They deserved it. She laughed. Good. You've barely smiled since dumping him. Men are plentiful. I looked at her gratefully. Among my peers, she alone offered unwavering kindness. Others saw me as the girlfriend who abandoned Nathan post-accident. An untrustworthy egoist. Sophia nudged me again, beaming. Heard you aced the advanced interpretation oral exam. Amazing. I smiled. Luck played a part. Dinner's on me tonight. Your pick. Deal. The semester flew. Soon, senior year's first term ended. Many classmates left post-exams. After our final financial engineering exam, roommates packed. Sophia had heavy luggage. I helped her load a taxi outside campus. Returning, I found the dorm empty. Standing alone in the hollow silence, sorrow overwhelmed me. I recalled our shy September introductions as freshmen. Now, graduation loomed. Next term, apart from grad school hopefuls, everyone would scatter for internships. Reunion awaited only at thesis defense. Two washed my face and stood before the mirror for a long time. A profound sense of loss settled heavily in my chest. Grabbing my tote bag, I headed downstairs to buy milk and snacks from the supermarket. In 2 days, the supermarket would close for the holidays too. Just as I stepped out of the dorm building, a familiar figure stood nearby. Spotting Nathan leaning on crutches by the walkway, I tried to brush past him unnoticed. He saw me, a flicker of hope crossing his face. He hobbled forward, planting himself in my path. Emily, you're here. I need to talk to you. I had no desire for any interaction. Get lost. You're blocking my fresh air. His eyes reddened as he stared at me, feigning deep emotion. Emily, please don't be like this. I've been waiting here just for you. You have nowhere to go for winter break, right? I rented the same apartment we lived in before. In our past life. Let me help you move your things. We can spend the new year together. I rubbed my temples in irritation. Did he really think I would feel nostalgic about that place that felt like a prison? Nathan, when will you stop? Didn't you say, if there is another life, may we traverse mountains and rivers, never meeting again? Who are you trying to fool with this act of devotion now? I tried to step around him. Nathan grabbed my arm. I'm sorry. I was despicable. I was blinded. I take back those words. He raised his hand and slapped his own face twice. Emily, I regret it. Let's get back together. I swear to you in this life I will treat you right. I was utterly speechless. It was truly ridiculous. I yanked my arm free. Get your filthy hands off me. What gives you the right to touch me? Nathan paled, tears welling in his eyes. Emily, how can you be so heartless? We were husband and wife for over a decade. I don't believe you feel nothing for me. He actually dared to accuse me of heartlessness. He'd never considered his cruelty in our previous life. Seeing him block my path stubbornly, I raised my foot and kicked hard at his uninjured left leg. He cried out in pain. His other leg couldn't bear his weight properly. Staggering a few steps, he crashed heavily to the ground. I shrugged innocently. I told you to get out of my way. You insisted on pestering me. I suspected you were attempting unlawful restraint. This was merely self-defense. Emily, I won't blame you. If this makes you feel better, I accept it. You can kick me as many times as you like, as long as you forgive me. Seeing his pathetic, almost masochistic expression, I worried he might actually enjoy it. With no one blocking my path, I had no time for his nonsense. I stepped directly over him and walked away. By late February, my graduate school entrance exam results were out. My score was excellent, over 20 points higher than my final mock exam. It was a super performance. Choosing pragmatism over prestige, considering my own abilities, I hadn't aimed for top-tier universities but opted for a popular program at a strong second-tier school. My focus was smart finance. Then came the intense preparation for the postgraduate interview. News about Nathan reached me again about 6 months after I started my master's degree. After that kick, he had harassed me for a while. But each time, I either fought back or called security or the police. Gradually, he stopped appearing. One day, I was leaving the finance lab. A WeChat voice message arrived from Sophia. During our chat, she told me Snow Lynn and Nathan had gotten married, inviting many of our classmates. Curious, I asked, didn't they break up? Then, I heard an utterly explosive story. During her internship, Snow Lynn worked as a music teacher at a private elite elementary school. She ended up having an affair with the father of one of her students. The student's mother discovered it, posting explicit photos and intimate chat logs online. Since the man was an executive at a listed company, the story exploded on social media that night. #exposed. Executive and intern teacher's car tryst. #elite school music teacher affair exposed by wife. #wife leaks explicit chats between exec and teacher. Not long after this incident, Snow Lynn was drugged while walking home alone one night. She woke to find her hands covered in blood. Diagnosis: the tendons in both wrists had been precisely severed. After treatment, she retained basic hand function, but playing instruments like the guzheng or piano was impossible. So, Nathan swooped in then? I asked Sophia. You guessed right. Nathan sought out Snow Lynn, promising to care for her forever. They just had their wedding ceremony a few days ago. Quite lavish. My boyfriend attended. I smiled faintly. They truly were star-crossed lovers, finding each other again across lifetimes. After graduating with my master's degree, I joined an international finance firm through campus recruitment as a management trainee. The job required frequent travel between Shanghai and Hong Kong. I became busier. Still, I made time for a relationship. My boyfriend was a fellow alumnus from my master's program, specializing in artificial intelligence. On Valentine's Day, working in Hong Kong, I had a long phone call with him after work. After hanging up, it was late. Opening WeChat, I saw over 100 unread messages in our university class group. Everyone seemed to be discussing Snow Lynn and Nathan. Curious, I scrolled up. The earliest messages shared a news link. Woman unable to endure long-term domestic violence poisons family with rat poison. The news photo showed a person in a yellow detention center vest, head bowed during an interview. It was unmistakably Snow Lynn. Snow Lynn recounted that after marriage, she descended into hell. She had to care for her disabled husband and cater to his difficult parents. Even while pregnant, her mother-in-law forced her to do housework. She merely said she'd do it later and was shoved violently by her mother-in-law. Her stomach collided with a table corner, causing a miscarriage. Her husband, instead of comforting her, screamed that she was useless, unable to protect their child. Returning home after the D&C procedure, her husband beat her. From then on, he seemed possessed, inventing ways to torture her. Seeing her kneel and beg in agony brought him sick pleasure. She lived in constant fear and despair. She tried to escape, divorce, seek help from her parents. Each attempt resulted in brutal beatings from her husband and in-laws. Finally, she broke. The relentless pressure and hopelessness made her give up. She bought large quantities of rat poison, repeatedly mixing it into the food of those three. Only when her mother-in-law suddenly vomited and collapsed, rushed to the hospital, was the truth uncovered. Reading this, I felt neither triumph nor pity. Perhaps true indifference is feeling nothing when you hear their news. In the 18th month of my management trainee program, I passed the conversion assessment. The base salary on the offer letter HR handed me made me hold my breath. This didn't even include the year-end performance bonus I might receive. Life had truly brightened. I had a healthy body, a satisfying job, a compatible partner. In my previous life, I was trapped in agony, ravaged by physical pain. But now, I stood at the threshold of a brand new life. The wind came from the other shore, carrying sharpness and freedom. Yet sometimes in the quiet of night, a corner of my heart felt hollow. Until one late night during overtime, gazing at distant city lights, memories flashed of my father and stepmother's repulsive faces. Calculating, it had been 6 or 7 years since any contact. It was time to show some concern for their family. So, during a vacation, I returned to my hometown. Whether by coincidence or fate, I arrived on the day my stepsister Lily Sue was having her engagement party. Clearly, the whole family adored Lily's fiancé. My father and stepmother would have had tails wagging to the sky if they had them. The groom was a factory owner's son. Tall, handsome, wealthy. No wonder Lily gazed at him with adoration and happiness. My father and stepmother were indifferent to my return, as cold as ever. Only when bragging about their daughter's catch did their enthusiasm spike. During those days at home, I found detailed information about the factory owned by Lily's fiancé's family. I saw a job posting for a receptionist on their factory's recruitment page. I hired a beautiful amateur actress for a significant sum. I crafted a script, directing the actress, Claire, to apply, befriend, and get close to my dear stepsister's fiancé, Mark. If she successfully caused a breakup and called off the engagement, I promised an additional 200,000 yuan bonus. Naturally, I didn't force any illegal methods. If she chose to offer herself, that was her own decision. Claire did not disappoint. Within 3 months, news arrived that Lily and Mark were fighting and breaking up. 2 more months passed. Claire sent me a transfer of 8,888 yuan and 2 marriage certificates. The bride was her. The groom was unmistakably Mark. Before I could react, her video call came through. As soon as I answered, her bright, joyful voice rang out. "Sister Emily, accept the red envelope. Mark and I are getting married next month. Will you be my bridesmaid?" Huh. I was stunned. Recovering, I said, "Oh, right. Then I'll wire the bonus. Same bank account as last time." She cut me off. "I haven't even thanked you properly for introducing me to Mark. I don't want the bonus." Her voice dropped slightly. "But I found out yesterday I'm pregnant. Could you be my baby's godmother?" This was. Seeing my hesitation, she offered an irresistible condition. Hinting, she said, "If in the near future, Sister Emily needs another professional actress, I have connections." I thought for a moment and smiled. "Do you know any older actresses? Around 40 or 50? I heard her pat her chest confidently through the phone. "Of course I do. Send me the wedding venue and date," I declared. "I'll definitely be there." Perhaps some might say my stepsister Lily was innocent. But when her mother climbed into my father's bed, causing my terminally ill mother to vomit blood. When Lily shamelessly moved into my bedroom, tossing my belongings like trash into the dumpster. When she teamed up with classmates to bully me, calling me field rat. Did anyone care if I was innocent? If her mother could seduce my father, why couldn't someone else seduce her man? Looked at another way, wasn't I helping her dodge a bullet before marriage? A man easily lured away. Was that really a good match? If she ever saw the light and came to thank me, I would tell her sincerely, "You're welcome. As your elder sister, it's my duty."